Hey everybody, this is Major League Hats here, and I'm doing another hat review. If you've been subscribed to my channel, you'll see that I'm working on a Braves affiliate hat review, so I'm only doing the Braves hats. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can see those videos, especially if you're a diehard Braves fan. You can see the hats that I have representing the Braves. But to get things started off, we're going to talk about Major League Hats' most wanted hat for the week. It's the Salem Red Sox. It's their high A team hat. I haven't seen this hat on lids. I'll keep checking because you know they always have hats popping up every day. As you can see, it just has a straight standard S on it, kind of familiar to the Boston Red Sox where they have just their standard B on it, or the Portland Sea Dogs where they have the P on it. Greenville Drive, they got the G, and so on. It's an okay hat. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of like it a little bit because my name is Sergio, and that has an S on it. So I didn't really think of it that way. So whenever I wear the hat, I can say, hey, I'm representing myself, but reality is it's the Salem Red Sox. So let's continue on with our Brave series. But this has been Major League's Hats Most Wanted, the Salem Red Sox. Let's move on to the Atlanta Braves. Hey everybody, so hopefully you've been watching my videos on the Atlanta Braves minor league affiliates. We are now at the Atlanta Braves themselves, so we're going to do a hat review on the Atlanta Braves. So I wanted to bring out a couple little things in my Atlanta Braves collection. You know, as mentioned before, I am a Giants fan, but I do go to the different stadiums, and so I've had the opportunity to go to the Braves Stadium last year at SunTrust Field. And every time I go to a baseball game, I like to get a couple different things. So I'm going to show you what I like to try to get. So right here we have Rally Monkey. That picture I've had for a while. I didn't get that into the Braves, but of course that's Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, one of the greatest Braves player and one of the greatest Giants players of all time. Let me move the hat here. This was actually the giveaway item on the day we have. It's a Freddie Hugs bobblehead, which is really cool. And then we got our Atlanta Braves foam finger right there. So I just thought that would be a little bit cool. Just throw that in there. I also like to try to get a baseball of the baseball teams. So I have that somewhere as well. But let's continue on with our hat review. Now, there's a lot of history involved in the Atlanta Braves. The Braves name, which was first used in 1912, it originates from a term for a Native American warrior. They are nicknamed the Bravos, B-R-A-V-O-S. Sometimes the Atlanta Braves are also referred to as America's team because for a number of years, from the 1970s until the 2007, all their games used to be aired on TBS, and that used to be one of the prime stations that everybody would get. So everybody would watch Braves games. And so, you know, I remember that I wasn't able to get like Giants games or A's games because they would be on like the sports channel or whatever it is that used to be, you know, before it was Comcast Sports Bay Area. I think it was Sports Channel. You had to pay for that, and so I didn't get to watch a lot of the Giants and A's game growing up unless they were like on Channel 2 or something like that, or ESPN. But you would always get the Braves game because they would always be on like TBS and stuff like that. So in my other videos, if you subscribe to my channel, you've seen the video on the Florida Fire Frogs. You've seen the video on the Mississippi Braves, the Gwinnett Braves, the Gwinnett Stripers, and now here you go, you got your Atlanta Braves. Now just like the other hats, like on the Mississippi Braves and the Gwinnett Braves, you got your standard tomahawk chop axe here, and then you got your nice standard A with the white outlining, highlighting around the emblem itself, and then you got your red bill, which is nicely done. And then in the back you have the Herman Killebrew, the Major League emblem on the back, and it's in black. I think it's more of a navy blue, and then you have your red, your scarlet red right here. Now, on my other videos, you'll see that the Gwinnett Braves, when they were the Gwinnett Braves, they did the same thing, the tomahawk chop with the nice lettering outline. Yeah, the Mississippi Braves, they did the same thing. But the Florida Fire Frogs, they never did that. Now, the two hats that I don't have are the Danville Braves and the Rome Braves. And from pictures what I've seen, they do the similar with the tomahawk chop. And they have just the D. Now, the Rome Braves, if I remember right, it has like a Rome pedestal pedestal, so it doesn't have like the R on the tomahawk, and then there's like a baseball coming over the pedestal. So they did something a little bit different like that, but they're still known as the Rome Braves. When in my video for the Mississippi Braves, I was telling you I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to change the name from the Mississippi Braves in the next couple years, kind of like what they did to the Gwinnett Braves. They changed their name to the Gwinnett Stripers because they're trying to get away from the Indian references, the nickname, stuff like that. That'll probably take a little bit longer before it gets to the Braves. I personally, as a you know, I've been watching baseball and going to games and playing games since I was very little. So I kind of like to think of myself as a throwback, and I would never really want them to change the name of the Atlanta Braves or even the Cleveland Indians. I'm still a little disappointed in the fact that the Cleveland Indians are gonna, and they've already done it, but they're gonna tear away from using the Chief Wahoo logo. I took a class in college and I finally understood why, which actually kind of helped me. I never understood the reason why, what's going on with the Washington Redskins football team and what was so bad about that name. And ever since I learned what the significance of the meaning of that name is, I quit saying the other part of the Washington's name. I'll try to never use that name again because it's very bad. If you don't know what it means, I'd go back and look it up so you could educate yourself in how they why that name is so detrimental to the Native Americans. But this is supposed to be a fun hat review channel, and try not to take anything too serious in that context. That's for a different channel for a different day. But to get back to the Atlanta Braves, I hope they don't change it, but I will completely understand why if they do have to change it one of these days. This is a very good hat, especially if you're an Atlanta Braves fan. I'd go out and get it. They do have alternate hats, but for the most part they're all very similar. If you're a baseball fan like myself, you just kind of got to get this hat. It's just the way it is. I have two Indians hat, and they both have the Chief Wahoo logo on it. That's what I grew up on. That's what I knew. I didn't really think of it any other way. It was baseball. That's what they put on the logo. That's what I got used to. That's what I got accustomed to. So if you're going to buy a Braves hat, I'd buy this one. This has both the colors, the scarlet red and the navy blue on the crown there, and it's very nicely done. They are debating if they should change names. I'm not sure if they're talking about the Braves themselves, but like I said, they have moved away with some of the imagery on the Cleveland Indians, so don't be surprised down the line if they decide to change a lot of aspects of the Atlanta Braves, but like I've mentioned, I hope they don't. Alright, this has been my hat review series on the Atlanta Braves affiliations. I hope you liked this series. I'll try to see if I have a couple more sets that I could do a full series on. I only have a couple where I could, sets where I could say I have all the affiliates, and that's probably the Giants. I have a hat from all their affiliates. The Braves were probably the second closest. And then the A's, I think I got some of theirs. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think of how I did this series. Let me know if you got any suggestions on things I could do better. But like I said, don't be too mean. I try to do this just for fun, something I like trying to do. Alright, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I upload new videos. Let me know what you think about my Brave series. And if you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at MLHats5950. That's MLHATZ 5950. Alright, this has been Major League Hats. Out!